Hello, this is Puvili from Informatica Global Customer Support. In this video, we will see what is Debugger and its uses in PowerCenter. The agenda of this video is understanding what is Debugger and its key features, where and when exactly Debugger is used, the troubleshooting of Debugger, followed by a demo. Debugger is a powerful tool used for testing and troubleshooting the mappings in a development environment. It is basically a step-by-step execution of a mapping, and it inspects the data flow to identify and resolve issues such as data mismatches, unexpected transformation, or unexpected data output. It is especially helpful in complex mappings with multiple transformations, which will pinpoint the issues, otherwise it will be a time consuming. So coming to key features, it has row by row data inspections, which will enable to examine data row by row as it moves through the complete transformation overall the mapping logic. It also has a breakpoints where you can pause the execution at specific transformation and analyze the data at any critical points. You can also override the default sources with any test data so that you can ensure test the specific scenarios without modifying the original data. Coming to the uses, it inspects how data moves through the mapping and transformations, which will identify and resolve the issues such as null values, incorrect expressions, or unhandled exceptions, and also unexpected data output. It also tests and validates the transformation logic, including joins, filters, lookups, and aggregations. It stimulates the session run, providing visibility into how the mapping would behave in the production. There are some scenarios where debugger will throw error when some conditions are not met. First thing, your mapping must be a valid one. There should be no errors in design or logic. All the transformation objects should be properly configured. Coming to integration service, that is obviously responsible for executing sessions, including this debugging simulation. So if the session is not registered with your IS, then it cannot interpret or execute the session, execute this debugging session, and it will throw out the error. Coming to debugger ports, they are basically an essential part of this running the debugger, which will facilitate communication between the client machine where the debugger is initiated and the integration service during this debugging session. The default port for debugger is 9299. If this port is not up to your firewall range, then you can customize your port range. Like if you have any minimum and maximum port range, then you can specifically mention that in the client tools designer, tools, options, debug. So you should make sure the customized port range are available and they are bidirectionally communication between the client and the server. You can also mention that in the custom properties under the IS in your admin console. You can refer KB article for more information on that. We'll see a quick demo. So I have a mapping here where I'm using expression transformation and I want to know how exactly the data is being passed in each transformation. So here in the debugger, I'm starting, clicking next. I have already specified the integration service for this session and I'm using the existing session already. You can also create a debug session for this. Clicking next. Yeah, the same session. Here, this discard target, it has nothing but when you check in this option, you're not actually writing the data, whatever you're seeing in the debug session, into your target table. It will just give you an output, but it will not exactly write into your target data. So I'm giving finish. Yeah, it will give us some windows for target instance as well as the current instance which it is getting passed. So I'm going to click on next instance. Okay, it gave our first data, which is in the source qualifier, right? You can also press F10 for the next instance. Now it came to expression transformation. You can see how the data is getting passed. Now it came to target table and we jumped into the second one, that is 1006 customer ID. So if I'm clicking again for the next instant, it will go for expression transformation and it will go for target one. So this way you can identify where you're exactly missing out. Okay. Let's consider if you have million number of records, then it is not possible for us to sit and press for the next instance, right? So at that time, we use the edit breakpoints. So now I'm going to choose, I'm going to stop it in the source qualifier itself. So I'm choosing it if the customer ID is equal to 1002, then I have to get that data in the debugging session, right? You can choose any port here. Now I'm clicking OK. Now I'm going to start the debugger again. You can also see the stop icon here where we have set the breakpoints. So we have set its source qualifier level, hence we are seeing this. So now I'm going to next instance. Okay, mappings, debugger. Yeah, it gave our 1002, right? So clicking on next instance will move to the expression transformation. Yeah, it moved to expression transformation. So we can also filter out like this by setting up the edit breakpoints. So I'm stopping the debugger now. Okay. Let me show the other mapping as well. Okay. Here I am using a sorted transformation. So when we start the debugger, what it actually does is it will go for the source qualifier and it will give all the data here and it will not move to sorter. It's because it has to sort before the transformation, right? So let me show it as an example. Start debugger. Next, finish. Okay, now I'm clicking on next instance. Yeah, it gave to 1002. In the expression transformation mapping, we saw that this same value was going to expression transformation in the next instance. But here in the next instance, it will give the next customer ID in the source qualifier itself. So this is because of the sorted transformation. Hence, we are getting all the data in the source qualifier itself. It will first give us all the data in the source qualifier, and once it is getting sorted, it will go to a sorted transformation. You can also refer to the attached document here to know more about usage of this debugger and configuring it. You can also refer to the KB article attached. We would like to hear from you. Please reach us on supportvideos@informatica.com. Thank you.